Yeah, Ernie, no problem. Okay, yeah, I had the same thing in mind. Okay, see you later.
If this day hadn't been bad enough already.
You're in a great mood as usual, aren't you?
What do you want?
And service with a smile, too. Oh, who could ask for anything more? But actually, I just came by to pick up those overdue permits for the Canterbury office complex.
Well, as you know, Vicky handles that, and as you can see, Vicky is not here, so get lost.
Wait, do you have any idea when she'll be back?
Maybe next week or next month. There's no point in waiting around.
Yeah, I'll be the judge to that, okay? Anyway, you don't mind if I read this? No, just calm down. I'll read something while I wait.
If you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, right here. Nice catch.
Do you want me to call security and have you thrown out of here?
Now, that wouldn't be a good idea. They'd probably go after you instead.
Well, what makes you think that Vicky's even going to come back?
Well, I got a couple good reasons, you know. It's almost quitting time, and it makes sense that she'll show up before she goes home. And the fact that her coat's still here.
Well, you really know it all, don't you, Gil?
Yeah, I guess I do.
Well, let me tell you something, Goldilocks.
Hey, save it, Nancy. I don't feel like going through that again. Hey. Ah, now here's an interesting twist. Fair damsel arrives just in time to save the gallant knight from the wicked witch.
What do you want, Gil?
Oh, come on now. You know, I don't care what they say about this office. I think it does have an abundance of cheerful holiday spirit in it, don't you?
Well, why don't you just go deck the halls with boughs of holly someplace else before we deck you?
Why do I get the feeling that you would be classless enough to do something like that?
What do you want?
If you don't mind, I came by to pick up those permits you promised that they would be ready for the Canterbury office complex.
Sorry, they're not ready.
What?
Watch my lips. They're not ready.
You promised, Vicky.
I did no such thing.
Hey, when I called you on the phone to see how the progress was going, you said they'd be ready. You said to pick them up today.
Well, I guess I just got pushed aside for more important work.
Vicky, there isn't anything more important.
One man's opinion. Tell me, Gil, how does it feel to be on the wrong side of a broken promise?
So that's it, huh? Playing a little game with me.
I don't understand.
Oh, come off it. You've been swearing to get even with me since our last misunderstanding.
Are you implying that I'd use this office for my own personal...
I'm not implying anything. I'm telling you straight out.
You're a witness to this.
Yeah, and you know what you're going to be a witness to? An investigation on this matter by the commissioner himself.
Fine. I've got nothing to hide. As a matter of fact, it's Commissioner Hayes' work that's delayed yours. I've been frantically trying to finish the rezoning of this district by the 1st of the year. By the way, Nancy, will you do me a favor and call the county printer's office? Tell them next Wednesday by the latest.
Sure thing.
Thanks.
You know, I've seen a lot of scams, but this one takes the cake. Yeah.
As usual, Gil, you're full of hot air.
Yeah, but I'm not full of empty threats, Vicky. I'm going upstairs right now.
As I said before, I've got nothing to hide.
Well, good. I hope not. Or you're going to be spending the beginning of the year in the unemployment office. Suppose I do play your game to the finish. When will the permits be ready?
Shortly after the 1st of the year.
Oh, wonderful.
That is, unless something else comes up.
Vicky, you are one cold-hearted lady. Congratulations.
Come in. Hope I didn't catch you at a bad time.
Hi, Jean. No, as a matter of fact, you caught me at an excellent time. I was just about to start a report that I do not want to do. Sit down. You can stay all afternoon if you like.
Hey, I just might do that. You know, I'm supposed to be doing some story on a Medicare ripoff, but I'm really not in the mood.
Well, I'm surprised. It sounds like it would make good copy.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? But that takes a certain amount of tenacity and ruthlessness that I just can't seem to muster up, lady.
Any particular reason?
Mm-hmm. Overdose of happiness. Chalk one up for the Christmas spirit.
Well, good.
Oh, well, I don't think my editor would agree with you. But then again, what do editors know, huh?
Right. I must say, you do look happy.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to hide, I must say, you know. You know, Terry, this is the first Christmas in over 3 years that I've really been looking forward to.
I bet Jimmy is thrilled to have you and Carla together at last.
That little guy hasn't sat still in over a week. If he's not pestering us about what we got him for Christmas, then he's pestering us to guess what he got for us.
Listen, you enjoy it while you can. You're going to miss that innocence when he gets older. There is nothing like Christmas through a child's eyes.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, enough with this Christmas reverie. I don't suppose there's anything new to report about your mom's house.
I'm sorry.
You know, Terry, that would be the one thing that would complete it for us. Carla and I have tried time and time to forget about the whole thing, but we always come back to, wouldn't it be nice if we could...
Believe me, I would love to see the two of you settle back in there. I don't know, living in that house seems to represent some kind of victory for Nancy. That's the only explanation that I can come up with. I know for a fact that she could use the money. She has a large unpaid hospital bill she's paid nothing on, and she certainly can't be making much money working part-time for the county.
Well, as an ex-county employee, I sure can verify that. Has she given you any indication or anything that she might be willing to change her mind, you think?
Just the opposite, I'm afraid.
Do you know what? If she sold the house to us, she could take the bulk of her money and put it into a high-interest bearing account, get herself an apartment, and basically live off of her interest.
That would certainly make more sense than what she's doing now. I don't know how she's making ends meet.
Well, you know, if there's no talking to her, I guess there's no talking to her.
Now, wait a minute. Not necessarily. I'll tell you what. Let me try one more time.
Oh, no, Terry, no, I didn't say that to get you to go back to Nancy.
Yeah, I know, but if I point out what you just said, it may make some sense to her. You know, frankly, talking money is just about the only thing that works with Nancy.
Yeah, but, gosh, I feel like I've set you up, though.
No, not at all. It's my pleasure. Glad to help you out.
Well, thanks. I know this isn't a really easy thing that you're doing. If half of what I hear about your sister is true, then this could be a very unpleasant task.
Do you know what just happened to me?
No, but I have a funny feeling I'm about to.
Vicky's playing a game, and it's going to cost us thousands of dollars.
What kind of game?
Oh, she's holding up the permits and the soil analysis to the Canterbury office complex because she's mad. Can you believe that?
Yes.
Oh, I can't.
This is the same Vicky with whom you've played your own little games in the past, right?
Oh, now you're sounding like Leon.
Well, you expect her not to react the way you treated her?
She can react as much as she wants, as long as she knows how to separate her personal life with her professional responsibilities.
Well, obviously, there's no way to make sure she will, so you will just have to grin and bear it, brother dear.
Sounds like you approve of this, Marianne. You know, it's going to cost you just as much.
No, I don't approve, but it's not what she's doing that's costing us. It's what you did.
Oh, come off it.
Or in biblical terms...
Spare me. Don't.
You're reaping what you've sown. So don't blame anyone but yourself.
Thank you very much for the sermon.
You're quite welcome. I hope you learned a lesson.
Yeah, not to date anyone who's in a position that can get even with you. Yes. Yeah. Well, tell Miss Phillips, make that Ms. Phillips, that I'm busy right now. I'm in an important meeting, and I can't be disturbed. Oh, she does she? Well, it's 6 o'clock now, Janice, and tomorrow's Christmas Eve. Tell her if she really wants to see me that badly, it's going to have to be over drinks tonight. Yeah. See what you can do. Thanks.
A business?
You bet.
I'm almost afraid to ask, but what kind of business?
Well, that was Miss Amber Phillips, the head of Modeling Associates. And I'll tell you, she is one hot number.
I would have never guessed.
Yeah, and she's gonna be using our construction sites for the background of some of her fashion layouts.
Oh, I see. And you feel that this is such a delicate business transaction that it merits your personal attention?
Well, now, since I'm the head of the company,
Nominal head.
I feel that the public relation area needs to be improved a little. So, yeah. Good, all right. So that's what, 7 o'clock? Okay, Greenbrier, I'll meet her there. Hey, good job, Janice. Yeah.
When she slaps your face and insists that she's there for business, tell her she's right.
Oh, come on now, have a little faith in me, sister dear. You know?
Sure, Gil. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to go over these renderings with you.
Well, I've got about 60 seconds.
Gil!
Hey, you heard her. I've got to get over the Greenbrier. Now, come on, don't be a Scrooge, you know? Yeah, don't give me a hard time. Just because your social life is dead doesn't mean mine has to be, right?
Russ!
Hi. Secretary just told me to come on in.
Yeah, well, excuse me.
No, Gil, wait. Well, never mind.
Right.
Long time.
Yeah.
Missed you.
You're right. It might not be the most pleasant of tasks, but it's for a good cause. I'll let you know as soon as I do. But, Jean, I hope you don't mind if I wait till after the holidays.
Oh, no. You're doing me the favor, lady.
By the way, I want to tell you, I think you're doing a terrific job with the Chronicle. I read that article in the paper, Christmas at Chesterfield Soup Kitchen. I was very touched by it.
Well, thanks. You know, it's hard not to be. Those people are in pretty sad shape. But something good came of it, though. The director of the facility there gave me a call earlier, and he said they received a donation for $1,000 from someone who read my article and wanted to help.
Jean, that's wonderful.
Yes, I'm pretty impressed myself.
Scott would have been so proud of you.
You know, Terry, I was thinking the same thing. That's the kind of story he would have done, hoping that it would have affected the community the way it did. I really miss Scotty. That guy really taught me a lot.
I know.
Oh, Terry, I'm sorry. Look, I hope I didn't upset you or anything.
No, not at all. It's nice to remember those good things.
So have you been doing all right lately?
Well as can be expected, I guess. You know, it's funny. You said how you were looking forward to this Christmas for the first time in a long time, and, well, I think this is one Christmas I would just as soon skip.
Oh, yeah?
But I do have a lot to be grateful for, though. I mean, Lori's out of the hospital, and she and Ben will be with us, thank the Lord.
I'm glad to hear that.
And, of course, you and your family will be joining us.
Yes, and we're looking forward to that, too.
We all are.
Oh, I don't know and if you've heard this or not, but I'm planning on doing my own little investigation on Lori's attack.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's kind of my way of making up for the way the Chronicle handled the story in the first place.
Well, you had nothing to do with that, Jean.
I know, but I feel there's a need for responsible journalism in cases like this. I want to make a point. That and the fact that I want to help catch the creep who did this.
Well, your efforts are appreciated, but please be careful.
Yeah, no problem, I will. I don't suppose, does Lori remember anything at all about what happened that night?
No, she still refuses to talk about it.
You know, they're still holding her 2 students that were caught that night in the building.
Yeah, but not on charges that have anything to do with Lori, right?
Well, no, not officially, but still, they're suspected of being part of some kind of conspiracy that involves her. Now, as guilty as they are for ripping off that audiovisual equipment, I don't think they had a thing to do with Lori.
Do I hear you saying that you'd like to talk to her about it?
There's no denying I would, but from what you've said, I don't think it would be wise.
I agree. I'm afraid if any of us push her to remember anything, she's going to end up right back at Mercy Hospital.
Yeah.
But she will remember one day. And I know that this whole thing is going to be settled.
Well, I certainly hope so. And this disappearance thing with Miriam, I hope that gets settled too.
That poor lady. I pray every day to the Lord that he will keep her safe.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Prescott, in case you've gotten a very wrong impression about me. Going out to dinner like this is not my normal way of doing business.
And yet, here you are. Why?
Considering the important deadline I'm working under, I didn't see much choice. Your secretary made that quite clear. You've trained her very well, I might add.
So you're saying that's the only reason? You weren't the least bit interested in me, say, on a personal level?
Well, I must admit there was an element of that.
Ah, I thought so.
I wanted to see if your method of operation was as predictable as I suspected it would be.
Well...
It is.
Well, luckily, people do change their opinions often.
Yes, sometimes from bad to worse.
Tell me something, Ms. Phillips. Why Kingsley? I mean, a girl like you should have had a fair shot at a good modeling career, say, in New York City.
Not that I need to justify my career moves to you, Mr. Prescott, but I did have my fair shot. I was with a very prestigious agency in New York while I was at Columbia when I got my BA in public relations. Not all of us can be Cheryl Teagues or Christy Brinkley. And beauty doesn't always last forever, so when Modeling Associates offered me a managerial position here in Kingsley, it seemed to be the best thing to do in light of my long-term goals.
Which are?
Which are none of your business. Let's just say that the Big Apple hasn't seen the last of me.
And hopefully, neither have I.
Yes. Now on to the business at hand. These are the release forms I need your signature on.
Evening, Gil. Leading another lamb to slaughter, I see. Take my advice. You should call yourself a cab now and save yourself a lot of trouble in the long run.
Would you believe I've never met the lady before?
No.
I didn't think so.
I know that we've had some problems, but I think that our relationship is worth working them out, huh?
Russ, you know how I feel about you. It's just that I don't get what I need from you.
Well, people change.
But the kind of changes I'm talking about are not that easy to make. Besides, I'm not so sure you'd be interested in giving up what I'd ask.
You know, our relationship works because of compromises. You don't give me everything that I need.
I know.
But I'm willing to make an effort. I don't push things because I respect you. Are you trying to tell me that you don't respect me? Is that it?
No.
So? I give up things for you. Can't you do the same?
But you're asking me to give up my religious beliefs, to not listen to what my conscience is telling me.
You're asking me to make a commitment to those religious beliefs when I don't think they're right for me. I could just say the words. I could go through the motions, but I don't. I don't because I respect you too much to fake it.
So where does that leave us?
Leaves us as two very lonely people. We're gonna be missing each other this Christmas. Since I don't want to do that, do you think maybe we could at least spend the holidays together? I mean, do you think maybe that we could sort of put our differences aside? For the sake of what we had, of course. Or the possibility of what we might still have. After all, this is the time of year to pull together, not apart.
It would be nice.
Oh, thank you.
Tell you what.
What?
How would you like me to cook you the best meal you've ever had?
I'd love it. But would you do something else for me first?
What?
Open this.
Russ?
I wanted mine to be the first Christmas present that you got.
Russ, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's not much.
Yes, it is.
But it is, something to show you the way that I feel about you and the way that you live your life. I love you, Marianne.
Thank you.
That lady in question, well, we do have some business transaction, and, you know, I'll admit that we have some friction between us right now, but I assure you, it's strictly on a professional level.
I don't recall asking you for an explanation.
Yeah.
Your personal life is your own business. And since I have no intention of becoming a part of it, I would appreciate it if you would keep the sordid little details to yourself.
Good for you, Vicky. I couldn't have said it any better myself.
Why do I do things like that?
Well, because he's a selfish, egotistical creep who's deliberately made a fool of you. But when it comes to revenge, we've only just begun.
Gabriel, Gabriel. Oh, come on, baby. Wish I could just hold you. Come on. Lord, why? Why? Is this just some kind of punishment for my past or something? Would you please let me out of here? Please, God, just let me go home.